Culmhead Airfield in Somerset was the location for the Airfields of Britain Conservation Trust's 50th marker unveiling on Friday the 27th of November 2015.
Well, thank you all very much for coming today. My name's Kenneth Bannerman. I'm the founder and leader of the Airfields of Britain Conservation Trust, which is Britain's and the world's first national airfield charity. And we're very happy to be here today to honour yet another of Britain's top physical assets, in this case Culmhead Airfield. As with so many of our airfields, it has a really interesting history. The land was first militarily requisitioned way back in October 1940 as the Battle of Britain was drawing towards its end. The airfield itself opened on the 1st of August 1941, although there had been fighters landing here for a couple of months or so previously before the airfield officially came into being. Squadrons came in very quickly. They were mostly Spitfire squadrons. The huge majority of these fighter squadrons did not stay for any great length of time, as was the nature of fighter command operations. There were a few exceptions to the rule. There was one squadron that stayed here from June 1942 for a whole year. Very notably, come the middle of World War II, Polish and even more so Czechoslovakian fighter squadrons were based here and made quite an impact. Fighter operations carried on until well after D-Day. Culmhead was heavily involved in a mixture of offensive operations, fighter escort duties for day bombers, what were called rhubarbs, offensive sweeps over enemy territory, also defensive sorties. And this was quite a busy place between especially 1942 and 44. Eventually the war gradually moved away from the southwest of England and Culmhead quietened down quite a bit, but there was still a lot of flying afterwards. It then became notably used for training gliders, and also there was, at the end of the war, there was a maintenance unit that moved after many years being based at Taunton, and this was used for aircraft salvage. There was also some fleet air arm use as well by some fighter squadrons. So this was right across the board a pretty busy place. Eventually it closed as an airfield in the dictionary sense of the term in August 1946. But as is all too evident, this was not the end of the Culmhead Airfield story by any means. You can find in the National Archives in London somewhat obscure letters and official files which relate to the choosing of this site to become a listening post outstation for GCHQ. The plans especially started around about 1952, and then, as many of you of course will be aware, it was then used as a secretive listening post until as recently as 1999. And then since after that the land was de-requisitioned and it's now become, as we see, a mixture of industry, the solar farm, farmland and so on. But this place is still hugely relevant today, within all of our airfields are, whether they are active or disused. And as we say during all these other memorial unveilings we've done over the years since 2009, we can only just ask everyone to not only just spare a thought for airfields such as Culmhead and of course all the people who served here, but just bear in mind too that these places hugely matter to every single one of us in our everyday lives. They are massively relevant when it comes to work or play and just the way we function in our everyday lives. It's no exaggeration to say that if airfields in Britain did not exist, our lives at the very least would be immeasurably poorer. That's easily provable. Therefore, all we can just say to you is that please always spare a thought for our airfields and just, within reason, just do everything you can to try and help them. After all they've done for not only Britain but the entire world, whether militarily or socially, because they just deserve so much more after all the heroism and the tremendous achievement involved. Well, again, thank you all very much for coming, and we are therefore extremely pleased to unveil what is now our 50th memorial, We're planning to erect hundreds more over the years to come. If you're not already aware, we'll be unveiling our 51st memorial at Weston Zoyland Airfield tomorrow at the Village Hall. And therefore, thank you all very much. Must thank, of course, Mr. Phillips for his very kind help in enabling us to have this memorial sited here. We very much appreciate your help. And so we are extremely pleased to be unveiling this memorial to yet another of Britain's truly priceless assets, the one and only Culmhead Airfield. Thank you all very much.